Meet Bridget and Jen, your go-to gals for laughs, wisdom, and real talk on the podcast Don't Get Me Started. From relationships to finding joy, they'll keep you inspired and entertained through life's adventures after 50. So hit that subscribe button and join Bridget and Jen for Don't Get Me Started, because life's too short for boring conversations.
Hey, welcome to Don't Get Me Started with Bridget and Jen, episode 14. Entitled, Why Does This Hurt?
Right.
Take one.
That's right. Why didn't anybody tell us about getting older? Right?
Yeah, and I have to say, I just noticed something. That I have to mention. This is the tail end of our previous episode. I just noticed these two notes.
Yeah.
I have to read these two facts that just kill me. Women are more likely than men to become caretakers, but less likely to get the same care in return.
Oh.
And number two, most adult children believe they will inherit money from their parents, but many parents will need to spend it on their own care.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well,
sad but true.
Right, because when you think about how much care costs, right? End of life care, and it's expensive. Yeah, so earn your own money, kids, because
Mama's spending your inheritance.
it all on my care.
Okay.
All right, let's get to
What things people haven't warned us about.
Oh, yes. The surprises of aging. Why are our eyebrows disappearing but chin hair is thriving? Yeah. Well, I don't have any eyebrows because I have a thyroid condition, so that's why I don't have eyebrows.
Well, I have to say, I remember the first chin hair that I noticed. And I didn't know that it was going to become a thing. I just thought, well, that's weird.
Yeah.
That's weird because actually, if you look here, you can see this black dot on my chin, and that's from 5th grade, Mr. Draghi's math class. Any of my
What's going on in 5th grade math?
I talked too much in class, and so I always ended up getting called to the front of the class, and you have to sit with the teacher.
Oh yeah.
Do you guys have to do that?
Yeah.
You just sit with the teacher in front of the classroom.
Well, I can tell you why, because as a teacher, the proximity to where you are to that. So what I would do as a teacher was I would just position myself next to the child that was causing the disruption. Yeah, because if you stand close to them, then they are less likely to be chatting. So,
Well, I think our teacher was going through the sheer embarrassment of making you sit by him and then facing your peers. Anyway, so I was acting cool, like I didn't care that I was sitting there, and I had a brand new sharpened pencil, and I was just sitting there like kind of just like hanging out, like I don't care. And I'm sitting here, and my hand slipped, and the pencil went up into my chin right there.
Oh, ouch!
Yeah, and then I fainted and got taken to the nurse's station. So much for not getting embarrassed in front of the classroom, right? So anywho, my point is, the first hair I ever noticed coming out of my chin was out of that black lead spot. So I thought, oh, it's simply because I shoved a pencil up my chin.
Lead-induced.
Yeah, a lead-induced hair. That's exactly what I thought it was, a lead-induced hair. But then, then it's like so. So if you ever see a woman my age just like sitting in the car going like this, that's what she's doing. She's checking for. Yeah. So I have since then gone from just like being able to like pull a hair out to tweezers, and then now it's just full blown like razor. Like they have these things that make it cute and feminine, like little face scrapers. Do you know what I'm talking about?
No.
What? No?
Mm-mm.
I'll just show you one. I think I have it in my makeup bag. Okay, so in lieu of a woman holding a razor, like a man's razor, and shaving your face, okay, they have these little tiny, I don't know what they're called, but if you go in for you know what I'm talking about, right? It's like, and you just like you scrape down.
Oh, okay.
you buy like a 6-pack in the store, and they're pretty colors. So it's not a razor, but it is a razor. It is a razor, but it's not a razor. It's rebranded, and then you just kind of go like this, and you like scrape down, and you get all that peach fuzz, and then you get any straggler hairs down here.
Okay. Interesting.
Yeah. So, I mean, I remember maybe 10, 15 years ago when I would go to my nail salon.
And have you been going to the same place, by the way?
Do you and I?
Well, I mean, we go to the place next to Publix.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. But have you been going there forever?
Yes.
Yes. Okay.
Previous owners.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. Yeah. Okay.
So now it's Vincent, right? Vincent and his wife, Victoria.
Yeah.
I don't think that's the real names. Anyway, I don't. So, but in the back, you get things waxed.
Oh,
Okay, you get things waxed back there.
Okay.
And you can get eyebrow dye. You know, you can get your eyebrows filled. You can get your eyebrows waxed. I guess depending on what stage of life you're in, you either have hair taken out or you have your eyebrows put on.
Okay. Do you know? Have you seen threading? Eyebrow threading.
I don't get it.
I don't know what it is.
I don't get it. I know what it is.
What is it?
I think what it is, it's a way of tweezing.
Oh, okay.
So I don't know why they don't just tweeze or wax.
Yeah. Maybe it's not as painful as something. I don't know.
It's pretty painful.
Well,
it's, I don't really, it's the way of thinning out your eyebrows.
We
don't want to do that.
Uh-huh.
And I have once gone and gotten them dyed, but what I don't like about that is they over dye to begin with, just to make sure they get all the hairs. So you look silly for the first time. I don't want to go through the 2-day silly process.
Yeah.
I want somebody to go precision from day one.
Right. Yeah.
So, yeah.
Huh.
Yeah.
Well,
we got, you know what I think sometimes, like, we're lucky. If we lose eyebrows, we get the old eyebrow pencil and we make a pretty defined eyebrow.
Right.
If we get a straggler hair, we shave it off, pluck it off, whatever, depends on how many you have. And then I think, seriously, I think about this. If a guy is having a bad day, he's got circles under his eyes, or he needs sleep, or, like, it's so poo-pooed upon for a guy to wear makeup. So
do they have some special makeup though for men?
Now they do.
They do?
It's not even like I was thinking,
not a CVS, right?
Well, no, you're wrong. Because I was just gonna say, like my brain said, Bridget, I don't want to get into this subject about guys in makeup, but I remember a few years ago walking through the CVS on Sanibel, and like I looked, it caught my eye, but there was a picture of a guy, like, where they had pictures of all the models and the girls with makeup on next to the makeup set. And there was a picture of a guy, and it was for foundation. Yeah. So now, of course, that was the first time I saw a picture of a guy. Right. I know that certain guys, there's people that do complete transformations, that I've seen online of makeup and transgender and RuPaul, all of it, Right. But there was a makeup company. So anyway, I thought I feel bad that guys can't, we have products for everything that we need to spruce up our hair, our eyes, our face, our everything, and guys just have to wake up and be.
Right. That's true. I guess you never thought about it. Interesting.
Yeah. Okay, so we got hair going away, hair coming in. Let's see.
What about the freedom of not caring what people think, and why did we ever?
Well, I agree to some extent. Because that, depending on what, not care. I do not care about certain things, but I do still care about certain things.
Yeah.
Right?
Right.
We still care about, okay, here's an example. I don't care about wearing my pajamas and slippers outside of the house. Okay, here's an example. Like I have been known to run to the store in my flannel lounge pants and a t-shirt or a tank. Okay. Now I'm actually one of those people that plays catch with my dog in the middle of the street I live on in my cheetah bathroom.
Yeah. That's your street.
That's me now. Holding a cup of coffee in one hand.
Yeah.
Because I don't care.
Yeah.
I don't care.
Yeah.
I mean, as a matter of fact, one day I looked ridiculous. I think good. I think it looks good. But it was my mom got me a big furry cheetah bathrobe for Christmas.
Yeah.
I'm talking the kind that has the big Game of Thrones hood.
Wow.
And it's ornate.
Yeah.
Okay. And it's cheetah. And then my son got me some cheetah Uggs a few years back. So I was tricked up from head to toe in cheetah. And I got
but those are nice. They're not ratty.
correct.
See?
But then I got a delivery, and the delivery guy, you know, there I was, and I tried to be professional and walk up and accept my package and send for it.
Right, but it's your home. You wouldn't go to your doctor's appointment in that.
Right. Yeah. I mean, I wouldn't put it past me actually. Like not too long before that happens. So, anyway. So I do. I mean, there are certain things I don't care about, but I'm pretty vain. I mean, I will always make sure there's not hair hanging from my chin.
Right, but I think there's also, you know, like if somebody has something to say about your family or the choices.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah, no, I don't give two tiddlywinks what anybody else thinks.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
I agree.
Yeah.
That part I don't really care about.
Right. Right.
Dan and I were talking this morning. This was kind of funny because you know that I went to Utah this past weekend with my to babysit my little granddaughter.
Right.
And I like talked to myself on the way because it was going to be all the kids were our kids' age that were skiing.
Yeah.
So in my head, I said, Bridget, you are the minority. You're the grandma here, okay?
Right.
So don't be starting any conversations that are not going to resonate with these kids. Like, don't try and prove me points.
Right.
Okay. Well, that didn't happen because we were all sitting around having dinner together one night, and you know, they're all just like all beautiful people. There's beautiful people, and somehow in the conversation, I said the word tanning salon. I don't remember what I was talking about, but you know, like I love tanning salons. I love them. And
the amount of time and money that I spent in college.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah. And so if I don't get the sunshine that I feel I need here, because it really does.
It makes a huge difference.
Yeah.
It makes a
huge difference. So she said, so this one girl, I won't mention her name, she says, wait, she stops like conversation. Tell me you didn't say tanning salon. And I said, I did, tanning salon.
Yeah.
And then, do you know how damaging the UV rays are, blah, blah, blah.
Oh, I feel it. Don't get me started.
Yeah. And I said, do not get me started because I said,
do you know the damaging effects of not getting enough vitamin D?
And I said, I don't, thank God, like skin cancer doesn't run in my family. I said, God did not put Adam and Eve on this planet with visors on.
Exactly. Do you know, though, there are studies that are coming out and they're saying that those that are getting the skin cancer are not usually the people who are like you and I.
Are they the people that are slathering sunscreen?
They're the people that are not in the sun a lot, like these people that work out in the sun, most of these landscapers and whatnot, they are not the ones that are getting the skin cancer. They're the ones, it's the people that are only getting the skin cancer when they go on vacation, right? And then they spend the entire time in the sun. So they're not accustomed to the sun.
So
Anyway,
yeah, so then I said to this beautiful girl, I
you need
said,
me, I'll be in the sun today.
yeah, I'm
I
right
do
there
not.
with you.
Uh-huh.
And I said, honestly, I think the medicinal sunscreen that y'all are putting on is
100 times worse.
is 100 times worse.
Yep.
She said, "Oh my God, you sound like my mom."
Uh-huh.
Who clearly is my age.
Right.
And, you
No,
know,
it
y'all-
is. Have you put the chemicals in your sunscreen?
So don't
Not
even get me
nearly.
started. Don't get me started. Yeah, here's the funny thing. This should tell you something. Summer, my granddaughter, she's 7-8 months old.
Mhm.
The books that they follow, you know,
Yeah.
for all the napping and
Right.
okay,
Yes.
are not allowed to wear sunscreen yet. Why?
Uh-huh. Yeah.
Yeah, how come?
You don't wonder what's in it. Right? Oh boy.
Okay, don't get
Yeah,
me
don't get
started.
me
Okay.
started.
Weird.
I don't even think that was on our paper.
No,
Going
no.
into why we love the sun,
Yeah,
why it is good for you, and why you should not fear the sun.
but you do you.
Yep.
You do you.
Yep.
Weird new aches and pains.
Yeah.
You probably don't have any yet, do you?
No, here's a good one. When I was 35, my doctor told me that I had arthritis in my back. That's having back issues. I was a marathoner at the time. When I was 36, he said, "Oh, you have arthritis in your feet." I'm like, dude, I'm 35, 36 years old. I don't really think I have arthritis, do you? I think he was right because my back and my feet do hurt in the morning now.
Huh.
You know, so it takes me a little.
And that's something, unfortunately, that is just pain management.
Right,
Yeah.
right, which I don't, it's just a matter of getting moving and,
Yeah.
and staying
Yeah.
moving.
Yeah,
And that's my
for sure.
that's my pain management. Is getting moving and staying moving. You know,
Yeah,
a body in motion stays in motion. So
Yeah.
the second that we stop
Yeah.
is the second that we start to age more rapidly.
Rest your rust.
Yep. Oh, I like that. You rest, you rest. Look at you, girl. Oh my gosh, there is my new tagline. You rest, you rest.
Yeah, so
Oh,
I have to
yes.
tell you, when I saw you yesterday on social media,
Mhm.
I have to say, first of all, I didn't know it was you just when it came up on my feed, but I saw a woman lifting a like lumber. It was like it's not even a 2x4. It was a huge piece of lumber, and I saw this woman lifting it, and I thought that is something Jen would do, and it was you. But I didn't know. I didn't know it was you because it was lifting like a big piece of heavy wood in her garage, and that's kind of like how Jen rolls. Like you know, you don't have to actually have weights
Mhm.
that you go buy from the store. You can use anything in your house. And you know what? While I was watching Jen do this on social media, talking about getting some movement in anything that you're doing around the house, I was halfway through a sleeve of Oreos. I kid you not. So that's the amount of time that I spend watching like things I could be doing, it's just weird. My brain is so weird that way. I would be, my aches and pains are similar to what you said. You know, like I have what I think is, how adorable they are. What are you two doing, silly gooses? You know, rheumatoid arthritis, I guess.
Mhm,
It's all part of my like autoimmune.
Yes.
Yeah.
it's
So I
autoimmune.
have, and I don't fret about it. I mean,
Mhm.
is it hard to get out of bed some days? Yes.
Mhm.
But like you say, you just got to do it. And my daughter taught me this thing that she learned from Mel Robbins that I also saw in Mel Robbins. And it's just a cute little thing that if you're laying there in bed and you're just like, ugh, you know, my body hurts, I can't, you know, or I don't have to get up and go. You do this thing where you just go 5, 4, 3, 2, and then at 1 you're up.
Oh.
It's crazy. You're telling your brain to do something to different, and I do it. And I just, like you said, you move.
Yeah.
Just move.
Yeah. Because you do feel better.
And drink water.
You know?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I mean, we also know that as we age, our estrogen is declining, and that also plays a huge role in, our joints and our joint amount of joint pain. So that is also something that, we should pay attention to, especially as women, is, and ask your doctor, and if your doctor blows you off, that's not your doctor you should be in.
Correct.
Because
then go to your girly doc or go,
and if she blows you off, because a lot of them, are under the impression, because of where we have been the last 20 years or so with this fear of estrogen and not replacing it, find someone who is willing to test and get in there and understand what's going on. So
yeah, my 2 doctors have very different thinking patterns, which is good. I want the contrast.
Right. Because then now you can make decisions based on what works for you.
Right, because so when I first, I did have that scary belief system that you just talked about estrogen, because I had heard that estrogen feeds, cancer. Right.
And it turns out it doesn't. They work.
Yeah, and that's fantastic. So, but I wanted estrogen because I had gone through, I never really felt like menopause, or I never felt those.
Yeah.
But I knew that I was done with all of that. And, I wanted to go on the estrogen, and my general practitioner put me on it.
Oh.
And I have to tell you that it was a wonder drug. The difference that, in my skin, my energy level, other things that I don't know that we're prepared yet to discuss on our podcast. But then when I eventually went back to see my girly doc, she was like, "How long have you been on estrogen?" And I told her, and she said, "Well, why aren't you on progesterone?" And I said, "I don't know." And she's like, "You have to. You have to balance it." Well, that's exactly why I want the 2. I go to the 2 different doctors.
Yeah. You definitely need to. Again, it has to be. We have to look at all of what's going on and make sure, that we are getting the things that our body needs. And asking questions, right? Don't be afraid to ask questions, and don't be afraid to question your doctor, right?
Because, like you and I have discussed before, especially in this day and age of no customer service, understaffed, overworked, underpaid, you have to go on your app. You have to check your blood test. You have to double check. Not only did your blood test show up, but you go through the numbers, look them up. It's just that I don't think anybody intentionally is not caring for us. I don't think that the time or the effort is there anymore, to double check everything. We have to do the due diligence all the time. So you're right. We have to ask the questions, get it done, follow up.
Be our own advocate. Did you know that women's pain is taken less seriously by doctors, and that we are more likely to be misdiagnosed?
Yeah. Oh my God, there are documentaries on that.
Yeah. Well, have you ever watched that documentary all about, it's that mesh thing that was used for
contraceptive
prolapse, I think. Oh. And it was like, the mesh then starts to dissolve it, or like to.
Is this for, wait, hang on. Is this for,
it was many years ago that I watched it, so my memory is kind of foggy on it. And I was like,
I can't think of the word I'm looking for. The reason they do it.
I think it's for uterine prolapse, and it like pulls the uterus back up when it starts
Oh.
to. I think.
Oh.
I could be like.
Okay. It sounds right.
Anyway, some mesh thing that was like all the rage,
Mhm.
and it turns out that no, not so good, and the mesh like starts to melt into other organs or something.
Oh. Yeah.
I don't know. You have to look at that up.
So we're guinea pigs.
Yeah.
We're experimenting.
But so many women are now having health issues because of that. Well, look at all the health issues with, some of the IUDs,
Mm-hmm. Have you seen any of the health issues of breast implants?
Right. Oh my gosh. So many people are
Taking
those,
them out.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah.
I wonder, like, because I see a lot of those on, TikTok, for example, and I wonder, how valid that actually is. Like, do they really feel better, like, physically? Because
Or is it a placebo effect?
yeah.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. I would be, yeah.
I mean, seriously,
Yeah.
like, if I had a little work done 10, 12 years ago, I can't even imagine at my age, 60 years old, if I went and took my implants out, I don't think that would be very attractive. I can't imagine that. I mean, I suppose if I ever was, I would never do that. If I would do anything, I'd have it like, I'd have everything pulled up a little bit.
Yeah.
My husband won't let me though. He said everything's just fine.
Yeah. How about this fact? Loneliness is more dangerous for your health than smoking 15 cigarettes a day. Well, the Surgeon General last year came out with that whole big thing about loneliness and, due to the pandemic where they had all these old people that were all locked up by themselves, and how dangerous loneliness is. I mean, mentally, physically, right?
I agree.
Yeah.
I mean, that has to all go back to the studies that have been done about newborns and not touching them.
Oh, right.
Right? Physical contact.
Uh-huh. Well, that's
They
why
will die. Do you know that?
No.
Without physical contact.
Really? That's interesting.
So I agree 100% about. That's why it's a big deal, and so COVID really effed up a lot of people.
Right. Yeah.
I don't think the world's been the same.
No,
since
I agree.
COVID.
I agree.
People got into different lifestyles that, working from home,
Yes.
not being around people anymore, isolating. Isolation is very dangerous. Isolation is very dangerous, and it's not addictive, but it compounds.
Right.
So the more you isolate, the more you isolate.
Right. No, I agree. So when COVID hit, and the gyms closed, right? So I had my own home gym, and everybody was always like, well, I don't even know why you go to the gym because of the size and what my home gym used to look like. So then I was working out at home. Then working from home, it just became something once the gyms reopened. Because I was so used to working out at home, I didn't go back to the gym. Because it was just easier. But it just got to the point where the only places where I was going was to church or the grocery store or maybe out to dinner, every once in a while. And that was it. I was like, oh, this is something kind of good. So that's why I rejoined the gym again. And it's not that I'm chatting it up while I'm working out, but at least, there's people and there's some social interaction, you know what I mean? Yeah. Because it does. It's like you said, it compounds, but it's so easy to just get into that rhythm of not being around other people.
Here's another example is, in my recovery program, we have, meetings every day if you choose, but there's recovery meetings every day.
Yeah.
And everything went to Zoom. Okay?
Yeah.
Everything went to
Right.
Zoom. And
Which is a nice option here
it
and
is
there, right?
temporary. It's a nice temporary
Yes.
option. However, what we've noticed as a group, is that there's something to be said. We talk about how, it's how the recovery program is, sort of divinely inspired. It's just more than anything any one of us could have ever come up with
Mm-hmm.
as far as a solution for addiction. Anyway, we also feel that when there's one or more people in a room, we feel like there's this like this physical connection, this emotional vibe, or a conduit to God, or just it's like that's how he speaks through people.
Mm-hmm.
We don't get that with Zoom.
Right.
You don't get that.
No.
The vibrations can't talk to each
Right.
other. Or,
Right. Well, exactly. No, because that's really, all of my work is done through Zoom.
mm-hmm.
So, it's nice that, I'm able to connect with people. I just talked with a woman from Australia the other day, and, I've had women from the UK on my podcast, many different women from Ireland, UK, just California, but it's not the same. It's a great tool. It's kind of like AI, right? It's a great tool, but it's not the end all be all.
Have you used Chat GPT yet?
Good. What? Reef, that's the only thing I use. Now, I have started using a new one.
How did I know that?
I could not live without it.
I'm so new to it. What is it on here?
I think this comes from Merchant.
Oh. I'm so new to that.
But I've also used, what's the other one? Oh, that I use. Grok AI is also another one that I use. Yeah. But again, I use it, but the way that you have to use it just like a tool, just like you use a hammer, right? It's just a tool in the process of building, because there's then refining that has to be done.
So that would explain.
Yeah.
Oh God, I'm so.
The time Bridget went to the bake sale.
Or my husband and I went on some date that I knew nothing about. Okay,
Yeah.
so I get that now, but so it's all so new to me, and so my kids help me.
Yeah.
But okay, so you know what I use and still use, which is my version of Chat GPT or AI. Have you ever heard of Fiverr?
No.
Have you guys? Fiverr? Am I like
How do you spell it?
It's either FIVVR or F. It's an. Okay, so I've been using Fiverr forever, and it's my go-to. And but I pay for it. I mean, here's an example. Okay, if I needed to write a new business plan, which that's a bad example because I'm really good at those, by the way. But if something like that, or a book report, or if I needed help with anything like that, I would request it, and then for like $5, I would get it within 24 hours, usually 8 hours. So I don't know. It's like how I picture it. Fiverr is I picture when I enter a request, I picture a room, like a giant banquet room full of students at desks, each one of them at a desk. And every single one of them is an expert at one thing. So this person will do Photoshop, photo editing. That person does business plans. This person does logos. This person does, you know what I'm saying? Like anything, a book report. If you can say, give me a book report for Catcher in the Rye. Oh, okay. Nice. They'll give you in a nutshell. So, and then this whole room of people bids.
Mhm.
So the lowest bid is usually $5, and anybody will do that project for you for $5. But then this person will say, I'll do it for 25, but I'll let you do 5 books and blah, blah, blah.
Mhm.
So I have this picture, like my sister normally edits all my pictures for me. I don't know how to take background.
Oh,
I don't know how to do that.
Canva.
I know, Jen, but I'm not comfortable. Like, I don't know how to use the tools in Canva. You do, you know? So my sister, I don't know how she does it, Mickey in Wisconsin, I'll send her photos and sometimes she's busy and whatever. So this picture, picture, I wanted just my husband because it's like such a handsome picture of him. And I wanted that for,
that's
an ad.
Yes.
But I wanted, Connor and Katie and me out of the picture. Those are my leopard Uggs, by the way.
Oh.
Yeah. So my sister did it for free while I was waiting for Fiverr to send it to me.
Oh.
And I paid $8 for it.
Yeah.
Anyway, sorry. I digress, but that's what I've been using for cheat sheet for years.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's funny. So I just learned that you are a GPT expert. How are we on time?
We're good. Let's get to our nail salon wisdom.
Oh, okay.
Aging is leveling up. More wisdom, more confidence. And if you're lucky, more naps.
Okay.
Oh, and listen to your body, except when it says, let's have wine and cake for dinner.
I'm such a napper. Are you a napper?
No.
No.
My husband is. Yeah. No, I feel it ruins my sleep later in the day.
Well, of course. I mean, that makes sense. But I mean, have you ever not slept well?
Yes.
Or
so, I mean, I would yes, I would say, if there was like for travel or whatever, and you feel jet lagged, then yes. But on the regular, no. I have nothing against them. And there are studies that say a 20-minute nap is actually beneficial. So
yeah, 20 minutes. So I don't know what that is. That's not really a nap. I love them. I love them. But I need a 2-hour window to block. Sometimes I will sleep an hour. You two are so adorable. So very, what's that?
that's his cancerous growth.
Oh,
But
no.
it's okay, because he's feeling good.
Okay.
And he still feels good.
I thought you were hiding a treat in your mouth, Buffy. Yeah. So.
All right, that's all we got for episode
That's all
14.
that's all we
That's
got.
gonna
Take
do
a
it.
nap, stay sun-kissed and sassy, take a nap.
And keep showing up for yourself. And what's my new one? Something about rest.
You rest, you rust.
Rest, you rest. All right, we will catch you next time.